Yan din ba tayo kanina, Direk? The News Day continues here on One News Now. I'm Charles Lejano. More kasambahays are getting an increase in their monthly wages with the approval of wage increases in NCR. Here's the report.
The Regional Tripartite Wage and Productivity Board of NCR has approved the 1,000 peso wage increase for domestic workers. Because of this, the new minimum wage for domestic workers in NCR is 6,000 pesos a month. The Labor Department says many domestic workers will benefit from this looming wage increase.
This will benefit an estimated 200,000 kasambahays in the National Capital Region, about 60% of which are live-in kasambahays.
The last time domestic helpers got an increase in their minimum wage was in January 2020. That was an increase of 1,500 pesos, which brought the minimum wage to 5,000 pesos. The latest round of increase will be implemented after the wage order is affirmed and published in at least 2 newspapers of general circulation. As of now, 10 regions have implemented wage increases, including Cordillera Region, Ilocos Region, Cagayan Valley, Central Luzon, Mimaropa, Bicol, Western and Central Visayas, Northern Mindanao, and Davao Region. The new wage order increasing wages of kasambahays in Zamboanga Peninsula to 3,500 to 4,000 pesos will be implemented starting June 25. Meanwhile, domestic helpers in Eastern Visayas will start getting a higher minimum pay of 4,500 to 5,000 pesos starting June 27. By end month, domestic helpers in Caraga will get their wage increase for a 4,000 peso minimum wage. Of all the regions, only Calabarzon and Socsargen have yet to have a wage increase approved for kasambahays, as the matter is still under DOLE's deliberation. In all other regions, domestic helpers are urged to submit complaints before the DOLE should their employers refuse to implement the higher wages.
May rule ang NWPC dyan, non-payment of the prescribed minimum wage ay subject sa penalty. They can simply go to the regional boards to file the complaint or the field offices of the Department of Labor.
For News 5, Greg Gregorio, we are One News.
With the looming closure of parts of the Kamuning flyover, authorities say that trucks must follow the weight limit when plying the road. According to the Quezon City District Engineering Office, they are not recommending a total truck ban along the flyover for as long as the trucks are within the 25-ton weight limit. For its part, the Confederation of Truckers Association says they are amenable to the weight limit if the said rule will be strictly enforced.
Will be implemented mandatorily. Well, that will be a welcome development. Dapat bago nila i-implement yan, may full coordination. Dapat yan, importers should be advised. They have the knowledge of this regulation para from the origin pa lang, from the supplier viewpoint or the origin itself, dapat mabigyan nila ng instruction na dito sa Manila may requirement na ganun na lang ang load limit, huwag silang magpapasobra. Or upon arrival dito at the port, I-weigh na yung kargamento. Pag more than 25 tons, huwag nang i-allow paglabas sa port. That will be how it will be implemented. Kung hindi magkakaroon ng collaboration among the allied industries or the stakeholders, mahihirapan niyang ma-implement, magiging guess and which lang yan ulit. Hindi mo naman alam nga, as I said, hindi mo naman alam kung anong timbang. Tapos titimbangin nila, tapos pag i-penalize na naman kami.
President-elect Ferdinand Marcos Jr. will be in Bacoor, Cavite today to join their 10th Cityhood anniversary. Senator-elect Bong Revilla had earlier announced in a Facebook post that Marcos will be in Bacoor to attend the celebrations. He also encouraged his fellow Caviteños to warmly welcome the president-elect as Bacoor Cityhood celebration takes place at the Bacoor Elementary School this morning. We'll be back with more stories after a quick break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Charles Lejano. Former IBP President Domingo Cayosa says the unilateral blocking of websites without due process is a violation of press freedom. This comes after over 20 sites were ordered to be blocked by the National Security Agency for their alleged links to the CPP-NPA. In an interview with The Big Story, Cayosa said the government must follow a process before it can block any website.
Unilateral blocking of websites without due process and without enough basis will be a violation of the constitutional right of freedom of the press and free expression. Under the anti-terrorism law, there's a process by which organizations or groups that might be included in any list made by the Anti-Terrorism Council can show proof that they are above board, that they're not as what is claimed to be a terrorist organization, so they get off the list.
The Korean adaptation of Spanish hit series Money Heist is coming soon. MJ Marfori tells us what to expect in this report.
The heist is not yet over. Upcoming Netflix Money Heist Korea Joint Economic Area brought in not just the Korean Royal Mint, but also the Han River to their global media conference. This is an adaptation of the Netflix Spanish hit series La Casa de Papel. Park Hae-soo, who is also in Squid Game, will play Berlin. Joining him to snag a whopping 4 trillion won are John Jong-soo as Tokyo, Lee Won-jung as Moscow, Kim Ji-hoon as Denver, and Jang In-ju as Nairobi. Also included in the squad are Lee Hyo-woo as Rio, Lee Kyun-ho as Oslo, Kim Ji-hoon as Helsinki, and Yoti J as the Professor. While this might be an adaptation, creators said that the characters and scenarios are different from the Spanish version. Money Heist Korea is dropping Friday on Netflix. For News 5, MJ Marfori, we are One News.
Time now for a quick look at some of today's headlines. The Health Department warns of possibly raising Metro Manila's alert status to level 2 in July. The NTC blocks websites allegedly linked to Communist Party of the Philippines. And in the PBA Philippine Cup, Ginebra scores another come-from-behind win, this time against NLEX. And those are the top stories at this hour. Join us later at 11 a.m. as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. You can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com so you can stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Charles Lejano. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. We are One News.